It's Week 7 of the National Football League. And coming up next, it's the Jets, reigning league MVP. Terrific doesn't cover his last game. He was simply perfect throwing it around.
So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And as we see the quarterback take the field, Mike, I mean, think back to the game that he's coming off of. Not only did he lead his team to a win, but he broke Norm Van Brocklin's single-game passing record in the process. Mike, that's a record that stood from 1951 all the way up until last week. I'm not sure we're going to see him replicate that type of success in this one, but if he's somehow able to do so, it will easily be the best two-game stretch by an NFL quarterback in league history.
So, a big one there to start the drive. 37 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. Powering forward. He's in. Breece Hall. Touchdown, New York. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take it.
Off he goes. He is in. Touchdown, New York. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Throwing now on first and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards.
that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He keeps it himself. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it! And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, New York. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
He'll drop to throw. Looking downfield, he's got Schultz, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds. 0-0 up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
And right away, they'll set up to throw. Gonna send it downfield toward Knox. And he's gonna be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. over 300 yards passing in this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, New York. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
To the air now on 1st and 10. This one complete right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Back to throw. Now he takes off. Whoa! A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just two quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
They'll throw out of the gun. A dive and a catch. Incredible. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
And his great game continues, and all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. An even 40 yards.
When you talk about the real dual-threat quarterbacks in this league, his name has to be at the top of the list. He's got game-breaking speed, and he shows it there. What a run.
So, not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. They give to Hall. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. He'll look to throw. And he will score again. Touchdown, Jets. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
They'll drop to throw. He runs with it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
So this one in the win column for the Jets. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten.